Hello, welcome to the Daily Crew, episode 3. On this episode, we are going to discuss things that I found on Reddit, and we're going to talk about them. So, the first one is, what has absolutely no reason for being so expensive?
Toothpaste. That was the very first thought.
Yes.
It's insane how much toothpaste costs.
Yes.
Like if you want a decent
Good toothpaste,
yeah.
yes.
Especially like if you have, like when you go to the dentist, they're like, you need a pro enamel toothpaste.
Yes.
And now you go to try to buy like real pro enamel and it's like $7.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not paying $7.
I know.
So then you gotta get like the Crest friggin' pro, and you're like, is it even working?
Yeah, and it's so expensive. Now, like, I'm finding myself using less and less of it at a time.
Same.
Remember, like, as a kid, when you could just, like, squeeze it and just a bunch and stuff?
And that's what you're supposed to do, like an inch of toothpaste. And
Yeah.
people, no, I'm like pea size, like a child.
Yeah. I do, like, a boop, you know, make it last longer and stuff. Like, and we get, like, everything, the enamel protector, teeth whitener, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the more things you get, the more expensive it's going to be. And then especially if you have kids and stuff like that, because you know how kids, when they brush their teeth, they get more toothpaste everywhere else except they're in their mouth. So.
Right. And if I drop it, if it comes off my toothbrush, I'll scrape it right out of the sink. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
What came to my mind was birthday parties for kids. So expensive.
Sure.
I get you want to show your kid how much you love them and stuff like
Well,
that.
not that.
But like you gotta be realistic. Like we pay like party balloons are ridiculous.
They're $1 a piece at the dollar store.
No, we got like these professional like it was like a bunch of balloons and stuff like that already blown up, like these ones with stuff on them and stuff like that. We paid a lot of money in the
You can get helium blown up balloons at the dollar store for $1.
Yeah, see, we didn't do that.
Mistake.
Yeah, we went to like Party City and we ended up paying for the balloons. They were way too much money.
Yeah.
Weddings. There's a lot of things at weddings, like a wedding cake. A normal cake will be like, $20. A wedding cake, $200.
At least, yeah. My best friend is getting married Sunday. You're gonna be there, kind of. But so they're getting eloped because they don't want a wedding. They don't want to plan a wedding. They don't want a lot of people. It's stressful, and it's so much money.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? For what? So yeah.
So like everything with weddings, I just feel like it's just you make it really you're spending what you think is necessary. But when you think about it, you don't really need all that. You don't really need all that stuff. Like the basic simple stuff will do. But like same thing with birthday parties. Like we had my son's birthday party last year out in the park, and I was thinking like, it's out in the park. The pavilion itself was $50.
Which is reasonable.
And then all we had to do was just bring our own food and stuff like that. At the end of the day, at the end of it all, it was like $400-something.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was like $400-something, and I was like, we could have did half of that at like, at the Sky Zone or somewhere like that. Like, and they do it for you. You don't have any of the mess, any of the carry the stuff. You just go there. It's all ready.
Yeah.
Way more practical to do it that way than it was in a park. So and it was crazy because going into it, I thought we were going to be saving money, and then we ended up spending more money, ended up doubling it.
That's so crazy though. Those balloons, man, should have went to the dollar store.
Well, we didn't do. That's why we didn't do balloons last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
I remember.
One of my son's first birthday parties, we went and got like these professional, like good balloons from like Party City, and I think they were like $60. For all of them, and we were just like, never again. Right. I told her, I was like, never again.
Right.
We don't need all that decoration stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to remember it.
Yeah.
It's not going to make any more or less fun, if we have them. So.
You got a budget, man. I've done a lot of my kids' birthday parties at a park. Yeah. And it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a cake, the pavilion, and then some food. $200 tops, and And then they can
Yeah.
run around and climb on the playground. But
Yeah.
we've recently been having them at our house
Yeah.
because we have a big enough yard to get a bounce house.
Yeah.
And it's like $150. The
Mhm.
kids have a friggin' blast.
Yeah.
And then you just do like hot dogs and chips.
Yeah.
Some real cheap
Mhm.
and so fun.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah, I've been to I've been to a few of those. Those
Yeah.
are fun. Those are fun. Trying to think of some other things that are just absolutely no real reason for being so expensive. And I think I hear like popcorn or anything at the movie theaters, like the snacks and stuff like that. You'll pay like double amount than what you did just for the movie ticket itself.
I mean, they gotta make money.
They gotta
though.
make a profit. Yeah. So I get it and stuff like that. But god dang, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I feel like chocolate is going up. That's so
You
dang
think so?
expensive. It's probably for a good reason. Everything's for a good reason, but like I feel like chocolate has been getting more and more expensive. Candy bars are a lot more than what they used to be.
I literally bought candy bars at Schnucks a
Uh-huh.
couple days ago. They were $1 a piece.
Were they?
Yeah.
Well, see, like when I get those candy bars, I remember I used to get like a good one, like
King size?
$2. Now they're like $5.49.
Where are you going,
And like Target, yeah.
No.
Those like I'm not talking like the Hershey bars. I'm talking like the the big, oh my gosh, what is it called? Like the big Dove chocolates, and there's this other and the Ghirardelli and stuff like that. Like yes, like that good stuff. I feel like those prices are going up.
Lower your taste. Live within your means, man. That's why millennials are broke, because of chocolate.
Chocolate. I know printer ink is expensive as heck.
Yeah, but I feel like it's always been expensive.
Yeah, that's one of the most. Yeah, and then I don't know. Trying to think, I can't really think of anything that's really expensive. I don't know if it's any like for no reason.
Yeah.
The reason why it's expensive is because people are paying that. So
Yeah.
therefore they can make it that much.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, you have to. Like, if you want it, you gotta pay that.
Yeah. That's one thing, like with consumers, like and really when you think about it, we set the price by how much we're willing to spend. If you get enough people that are willing to spend that, that's what they're going to charge. It's just kind of sad.
If you have enough money to just buy groceries.
Yeah, but like that's why they can get away with like at the movie theaters and stuff like that. That's why they keep charging that amount, because there's enough people that will pay it no matter what,
Sure.
And of course there are some people like me that will go to the gas station and sneak in candy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like for the most part though, most people eat. It doesn't matter how much they jack up the price of that popcorn.
I saw this.
They're going to keep buying it.
There was
It works.
this genius idea. This woman put like a big Tupperware bowl in her shirt to look like she was pregnant,
Mhm.
and she just filled it with snacks. And I was like, that is genius, you know?
Right.
Just gotta put like a band to hold it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, genius.
Yeah.
Life hack.
Yeah, so I can't really think of anything. I know coffee's always been in kind of a lot, but drink it every single day. The demand is there for it, so.
I drink coffee every single day.
Mhm.
But I pay like $8 for one of those big Folger things.
Yeah, I think that's what we spend about $10 for. We just get a huge thing of like the Dunkin' Donuts brand is what we get.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's really good. But yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know anything else that's really expensive for no reason. That's kind of
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like toothpaste, like it's
Mhm.
probably for a reason, but I'm
Yeah.
like, why is it so expensive?
yeah,
You know?
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I get it. Like with with COVID, and stuff like that, the lack of resources and the lack of workers and them having to pay more money to get workers on and stuff.
Yes.
It's the trickle effect, but I don't know.
Do you know that now you have to be 21 as a CDL truck driver to cross state lines,
Mm-hmm.
and they're now lowering it to 18 because they are in such need of drivers.
Yeah.
And so what they're doing is hiring them on to be able to go across straight lines, but like there has to be a 90-day period where someone rides with them,
Mm.
and then after that they're allowed to be on their own.
Okay.
Because there's such demand.
Mhm.
'Cause, yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's wild right now, and they make good money. It's
Yeah.
not like truckers
So
are
a lot
poor.
of companies are
Well, I don't know.
companies are taking desperate measures, and unfortunately, consumers are getting the end of that with inflation prices and stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, and then hopefully, I don't know if they'll ever go back down, because now that they know how much people are willing to spend, there's really no good reason for them to lower the prices unless they care about people.
I think it'll go back down because we've had, well, like 40 years ago. This is the worst inflation in like 40 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, that came, you know, it takes time, but it'll be better. It'll get better when we have more able to get more products.
More products.
Also, gas is just going to keep going up.
Yeah.
Because they got, there was a bomb.
Yeah.
An oil reservoir or something over in Asia got bombed.
Jeez.
And so, like,
yeah.
the demand is there, but the supply is not.
Yeah.
So the prices are just going to keep
going
getting
up.
jacked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm hoping it'll get sorted out.
It will.
Yeah.
We just gotta suffer.
Because I can imagine spending like even more money on toothpaste. That's just.
It's insane. Like maybe I'll just like get some baking soda and brush my teeth. You know.
Right.
That's cheap stuff.
Which I've heard about people doing. I've heard people have done that.
Yeah. To like whiten them.
Or with pure alcohol. I've heard that.
Ooh!
Heard that before.
I would not.
Well, what's your name? Kesha. You brush your teeth with a bottle of Jack. Remember that's how she starts
yeah,
off.
I forgot she does that.
But okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this next one is, what is universally hated? Oh, I guess inflation, I guess.
That's true. Yeah.
Universally hated. Oh my gosh, so many things. I just feel like price gouging, like we just said. Oh my goodness, viruses are bad. Diseases are hated. Cancer's hated. Medical debt. No one likes medical debt.
That's mostly the United States.
Yeah.
But also,
that is true.
Not to get deep into this answer, but pedophiles.
Pedophiles, no, that's a good one.
Very universally hated.
Yes, universally hated. Man, I'm trying to think of. There's so many. This question is so easy that it's almost hard to just think of all the things.
I think war is universally hated.
You have rapists.
Yeah.
War especially, because war rarely benefits the whole world. It only benefits a small percentage.
If it does.
If it does, I know, which is so sad because you always question, like, why do we even do it? Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of having an extra $1 trillion in resources if we're just going to end up killing each other?
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Exactly. Nothing.
It makes no sense at all.
Unless it's like something like if there's a genocide.
Yeah.
It's important to try to help those people not be
Well, yeah, when you
mass murdered.
When you're trying to overthrow like a dictator and stuff. Yeah, I get that. I get that 100%.
But then there's people that are just willing to fight back from that. There's genocides happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, like it's wild. Like, why can't we help? I mean, it's a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Like in the least amount of words. It's terrible, yeah.
Yeah, and not every war has been for that reason.
No, not at all.
So petty things, which is like, it's kind of sad. But I mean, that's easy. No one likes war. I'm trying to think of anything like, rapists. No one likes rapists or murderers. I already said that. Cancer. Everyone hates cancer. Herpes. Hate herpes.
I mean,
but
that's just the stigma around STDs.
Well, yeah. Well, it's with any disease.
Yeah,
you would rather just not have it. It sucks that they're a thing.
But you don't make the choice. Like, no one's like, ooh, I want to go get herpes.
No.
Actually, there probably are some people like that.
Yeah.
Like those people that are like, ooh, I want to be HIV positive. There are real people like that. I know it's a minimum, but like, what?
Yeah. It's just, even though, like, I don't think, herpes, you don't want herpes and stuff like that, but it's not like what it used to be. Like, oh my God, you got herpes, blah, blah. Like, it's so terrible. There's probably a lot of people, more people than you think that have it, that you realize, that live with it every single day and are fine. There's probably people like that, and it's completely fine. Like, but that doesn't mean you like it,
Right, I mean, like, it's just hard to talk about because of the stigma, but like 1 in 4, like, statistically speaking, that is known. Like 1 in 5 people have it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
So if you have a group of 5 friends, one of them probably has herpes.
Right. So be careful with the herpes jokes because you'll be offending a lot of people in your own
Sure.
friends.
People you know, right?
Yeah, because things happen. Yes, you want to be prepared and make good decisions, but as we all know, like we're human. Everyone's human. We all make mistakes. I know I've made a boatload of mistakes in my life.
For sure.
But anyways, still hate it.
What else?
Still hate it. Still.
Do you hate it?
What?
Oh.
Herpes. I hate that is a threat.
Like cold sores?
That is out there. Yeah, cold sore. I've had cold sore.
That's herpes.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had stuff like that
Yeah.
because of 1, it hurts, and then 2, it stands out, and then that's the first thought that people think of when they see it. That
shit, they got herpes.
They got herpes. There's that.
But see how it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Anyway, yeah.
Moving on from herpes.
It's not like I don't know.
Universally hated. Oh my gosh. I wish I could say
we named so many things.
I wish I could say pineapple pizza, but unfortunately it's not. People actually do enjoy that.
I do.
Which I freaking don't
Thin
understand.
crust, pineapple, jalapeno bacon, bro.
Fruit and pizza just do not go hand in hand.
I'm not saying this because I read it, so somebody else said it, but if you can't enjoy the savory and sweet, Ben, you are culturally, I don't remember.
You know what? And you're probably right.
No, some people like it, some
I'm
people
probably
don't.
right. I'm one of the pickiest people in the world. I am not cultured and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm fine with that. I like what I like. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's fun to tease people about that like it or don't like it.
Yeah.
Poverty. Poverty. Being broke.
Who likes, rich, really rich people like
waiting
poverty.
waiting every week or every 2 weeks to get a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
That Thursday before payday, always the longest.
So exciting.
It used to be the longest day in the. Remember, the Thursday before payday. It was always when I used to be at my brokest.
Yeah, for
With
sure.
all that money from the previous paydays tapped out. You paid all your bills, and you're really living on nickels and dimes.
I'm broke 3 days after we get paid, and then I have to
really budget.
But then
it's always that one day before payday. It's a little bit harder than the rest.
But then also you're I only have $10 in my account. Why shouldn't I spend $6 at the fast food place?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting paid tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the struggle.
Yeah. Remember whenever there was no direct deposit? You had to get your paycheck. You had to wait for your boss to have the paycheck.
Yeah.
Which there's
sometimes
not until that night.
Yeah, because sometimes you work. You would work on your payday, so you literally couldn't even get paid really for real until after you got off work, and hopefully that's before the bank closes.
Yeah, and then you go deposit it, and it's the weekend or something, and it doesn't even come in until Monday. Those were the worst days. I'm so happy for.
I used to work. I used to work some 8 to 6 shifts retail and stuff like that on a Friday. Banks are closed. And then I have to wait till Saturday.
Yeah, because you couldn't deposit it through an ATM.
Exactly. And then that was when I used to borrow money from parents and I'll pay you back on Monday when I hate that, hate it. I think everybody does. Okay. I think we've nailed that one right on.
We got it.
We got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
All right.
Okay. What TV show is your go-to comfort show?
It used to be The Office. If just for something in the background and for if I hear something laugh, Big Mouth. I put that on all the time now.
Yeah, Big Mouth. For me, it's Big Mouth is good. I've not watched it a whole lot. I have seen it on. You've had it on before, and it's funny. For me, it's Family Guy.
Yeah.
Family Guy. No, it could be very offensive, very offensive and stuff. And I would not recommend you watching that if you don't have thick skin.
If you've never seen it.
Yeah, if you've never seen it before, oh my gosh, it's incredibly violent, incredibly rude, and Seth MacFarlane goes after everybody. But that's kind of that's kind of a thing though, is he makes fun of everybody. He even makes fun of himself, which is cool.
Yeah. That's how South Park is too.
Yeah.
Nobody's ruled out, man.
Yeah, Family Guy, and this is one of those things where you don't really have to pay attention to. You just kind of have it on in the background. You can be on your phone, you can be talking, working on something.
Yeah, because you've seen it before.
Yeah, and it's just, and you can fall asleep to it. It's just a comforting thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to watch Cheers a lot. I used to binge. I used to have just Cheers on all the time. There was something about the music in that show, and then like the camaraderie of the cast, of the people with Ted Danson, like you kind of admire their chemistry. Those are always the best shows.
Yeah.
When you can tell everybody has good chemistry and they work well together, and it's just kind of, you kind of admire that, and you kind of want that in your own life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so stuff like that's I don't really have any other. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. If I do, I watch sports and stuff, and sports is not a comfort.
It's stressful, right?
It will stress you out. If you're a sports fan, oh my gosh, you will. It really is like an abusive relationship, because you live through so many down days of being sad and stuff, just for like a few moments of woo, you know, that feel great when they happen, you know.
Right.
You gotta think, I mean, unless you're Tom Brady, your favorite football team is not going to win a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's going to be once in a while. I'm a Cubs fan, so we've only won one World Series, you know, and they went 108 years, you know, before that. So we used to think, being a Cubs fan, I remember like I was like, man, is it ever going to happen? Is it going to happen in my lifetime? Watching so many games, getting so close, and then getting heartbroken. It's like being in an abusive relationship. You heard
they did it.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Heard it here first. Okay, all right. We ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one is, what was the dumbest way you almost died? That is might trigger some bad memories.
I'm like, oh shoot.
For me, it was very early on in my life. With me and I think it was like my second cousin from California. Didn't really see him a whole lot. Me and him almost drowned each other.
Oh my gosh.
In the pool, because we were like wrestling, and then we kind of got like scared when we were young. We were very young, and we were so scared that we were like holding on to each other to get above water, but we were like pushing each other down.
Yeah.
And stuff, and we were almost drowned.
We went into like survival mode.
Yeah, but it was like survival mode, but it was kind of counteractive, working against us, because I was holding on to him, he was holding on to me, and then we're both keeping each other down. So it was a scary situation. Well, thankfully my brother was right next to us and saw it and picked us both up, or else we probably would have drowned that day. Because you know, when that panic sets in, man, like you kind of go dumb a little bit.
You go into survival mode, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's my closest, and that was a really stupid, avoidable thing. We could have just stayed along the side of the pool and would have been just fine. There was a time where I tried to stop a girl from driving drunk, and I almost got myself killed, because she tried to drive off, and I don't know what it was, I was not in the best, wasn't the best decision maker, but I decided to jump on the outside of the car, jump onto the driver's side. Before she was still there, I tried to reach in and get the key out of the ignition, and she decided to floor it. And I fell off the car, and her back tire almost ran me over, almost like by just a couple inches. I mean, it was very close. That was very dumb, because I'm like looking back, and I'm like, I'm just letting her drive drunk. She'll get pulled over.
Were we hanging out then?
No, this was before I even met my wife. This was before.
Okay.
This was like in my very, very not so smart days.
Well, you're young. When you're young, you're not.
You know, I remember at that time I was like, no, you're not driving drunk. I'm not letting you. And then I almost get myself killed. And I was like, that was really dumb.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of times.
Yeah.
A few times that I just don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess one time I made a really dumb decision, and me and my best friend got into a car accident, a bad one, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
We both had broken bones.
Yeah. car accidents are scary. And that's crazy. Like, that's probably what's most likely to kill us throughout our lifetime, and we didn't.
It's like the most likely.
Yeah, and like something outside of a, you know, of a medical something underlying anything outside, probably most likely die in a car accident, and we do it every day.
Yep.
And we don't even think about it or worry about it, but it's a real, but it's just part of our daily lives. Man, but I don't really have anything else other than that. But yeah.
That's all I got for the camera.
That's all you got for the camera. Okay, one more thing for this one, and that is, what's something that's very rare that people think is very common? And my immediate thought about this is probably crime. But the thing is, it's so situational and it's so depending on your environment, because if you're growing up in a bigger city, chances are you're going to see more crime because there's more people. But if you're growing up in a rural area, probably not going to see a lot of crime. But like, we're, I guess, what would you consider us?
Outer
like
city,
city,
the metro area.
And I know people that have gone their whole life without even knowing anybody that knows anyone that got murdered.
Yeah.
Or been raped or been any kind of like assault and stuff like that. But like, when you watch the news, it will make you think like, it happens every day, it happens all the time,
my God.
It's everywhere.
East St. Louis and St. Louis.
You go to Chicago, you better wear a bulletproof vest, and you better be ready to duck every 20 seconds because there's just going to be stray bullets that are flying everywhere. Like, that's how they want you to, that's what they will make you to believe just by watching the news.
Yeah, if you're not from
that area and stuff like that. But I just feel like crime, for the most part, most people will go their entire lives maybe violent crime.
Yeah.
Probably will not experience violent crime.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And 100% it is the population amount.
Yeah.
So like, obviously in bigger cities,
yeah,
there's going to be more crime. Like you said, there's more people.
Yeah.
And so when they say like per capita, duh.
Right,
and like,
exactly.
And we live like, I live like a mile from East St. Louis.
Yeah.
And what?
Right, yeah.
People like just treat East St. Louis like garbage.
Yeah.
And I mean, the state
because
does
you only
too.
hear about the bad things. You don't hear about the good things, and that's just news in general. They hardly talk. Now, some news stations are better than others, but there's some where they only talk about the bad stuff. You know?
For sure.
And but and it's like the same thing. Like, a lot of people like Illinois. For the most counties in Illinois are red, but it is a blue state.
Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, because we have one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah.
In Chicago, which is a blue, and we're the majority of the population. And that's why. So when you put that into the fact of crime, same thing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of crime in the rest of the state, but for that one city, that one city where there's more people, you're more likely
there than like most of the state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just feel like violent crime is not that common. Yes, you should be prepared. You should always be prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, you should always take, the proper, safety methods to prevent all that. You want to prevent something if you can. If it's preventable, you should definitely try to prevent it. But I just don't think it's worth being scared about.
No, just be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
That is literally the only, not the only, but like the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
All the time, anytime.
Yeah. And
whatever you're doing, be aware of your surroundings.
And I just feel like a lot of it is common sense, and don't ever let anybody walk to their car alone at night. You just don't do it. If you see them, they're parked way out. I remember when I used to work retail, never let anyone stay by themselves. If they're waiting for a ride and they're the last ones there, you wait with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you walk out there with them. You don't let them go by themselves. There's a lot of those things that you can just do to be prepared. Just a safety, common sense.
Yeah.
Don't leave your doors unlocked, even though house break-ins are so rare too. Those are so incredibly rare. But they'll say most of the times when they do happen, it's because the door was left unlocked.
Yeah.
They say just a locked door in itself will deter a lot of people from going through the hassle of having to
to break in.
Because that's more time that's added, you know.
Yeah.
When someone's trying to break into your house, they're just trying to get in and get out real fast as they can.
Yeah.
So if anything that's going to slow them down, they just won't. It won't be worth the risk.
This is not the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people lock their doors, lock their windows, have cameras. Everybody has dang cameras now.
Yeah.
You know? And to go back to what you said about the population, like, Chicago is blue, it's a blue state. Because also we have Springfield and St. Clair County where we are.
Yeah.
And, like, land is not indicative of what your state's going to be in any situation.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
No.
So, like, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
And people, I think some people really think that. They're like, well, most of the state is right. Yeah, but you have 500 people in your town.
There's not a lot of people in your county.
No, exactly.
Like, Chicago will have more people on one street
than
you do in your entire...
Yeah.
So, it's more people. Like, because they're thinking of it in terms of land, not population.
Yes, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But I think that is more rare than people believe. Now, I do understand that it is an environment thing. Like, if you could be growing up in a high populated area that has a lot of crime and stuff like that. You know, that is very possible. But I would say for the most part, it's just not. Like, with me and my life, people in this area, I just feel like crime is just so rare. But the news won't let you think that.
Yeah, but also, like you said, rape.
Yeah.
That's very common.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sexual assault, I do believe that is.
But like murder and mugging and home break-ins, they're not that common. Yeah.
100%, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's all I have for this episode.
Awesome.
Hope everyone who watched it enjoyed it. And until next time, take care.